Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show. We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth
and sell it on the internet really fast.
I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit. We are Jack and Jill, and this is the Jack and Jill Show, too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit.
Aloha. I just had to do something different.
Gosh, your personality comes out with one word sometimes.
I couldn't resist. I just had to do something to shake it up.
Welcome to our show. In this episode, Jill and I, it's Motivation Week. This is show number 3 of a 5-part series in how to get past that first deal. Just do it, like Nike says. Great show today, Jill. Before we get started, let's share something funny that happened to us recently.
I wanted to go back and share the whole 360 camera experience because I think that was absolutely hilarious. You and I think we're in Best Buy for how many hours?
I can't go to Best Buy.
Oh
it's
my
a
gosh.
$3,000 event.
Oh my gosh. So we're in Best Buy. We're in there for GoPros. It was a GoPro sale.
Yeah.
And then we
it
were
was
looking.
On sale. That's why we went in there.
That was the only reason. GoPros
like
and
their marketing works.
And microphones. And which they didn't have the microphones we wanted. So we were in 2 Best Buys. And we just, in your gut, we just knew there was something that was missing. So we're looking at these GoPros. Is this really going to solve the problem? Can I really walk around? Because we're had some fun filming.
We have
some
fun
video
related shows coming up. They will be released. One of them will be released next week. I'll talk about it in a second. Go ahead.
So we're just so excited with this stuff that we got coming up, but we needed the right equipment. And we need to walk around with it. That's the whole point. And any wearable thing, they're just not the quality and not what we need in the end. So I swear we were in there for 4 hours. I'm not kidding.
Oh my gosh.
And then in the end, we finally found it and we walked out. So then we are returning GoPros and buying this other stuff. So, but one of the things that we picked up is the new 360. It's a Theta S.
Ricoh Theta S.
Yeah.
It's a 360-degree camera.
It rocks.
It is unbelievable.
We used it Sunday night. Okay, so we're at the beach with all of our friends at a concert.
This is a weekend festival.
It's every Sunday night at the beach, at the pier, and they have different bands come in. And you ride your bikes down there.
There are 12,000 people there.
Oh, yeah, that's
right. The band
right.
said 12,000 people on a beach.
I would just share my joke.
Woodstock.
So we're going down the beach on our bikes with our backpacks on our back, and Jack has us all rigged up. He's got a GoPro on his head. He's got a GoPro on the front of my bike.
It came out good.
I know, and I realize as I'm pedaling along, I'm like, he's filming nothing but the back of me. I'm like, what the heck, on my bike. So I turned to Jack and I said, does this beach chair make my butt look too big? I couldn't help it. And it took me a few. I'm like, why are people thinking? What are they going to see? They're going to see the back of my butt below a beach chair on my back, on a beach cruiser, in a basket.
I'll show you the footage.
It's the funniest thing. So I don't know how much of that's going to see.
I'll show you the footage. That's great.
That was a full test. That was a test day. So... It was just comical. So we get to the beach and we're there with our friends with our new 360 camera. And we're like, okay, are people going to think we're weirdos? And then we realized too, no one's even paying attention. They
don't care, yeah.
They're all drinking, having fun. They could care less.
Drones were hitting each other. There was, people,
right.
Everybody else is doing the same thing.
So we're testing it. We had a kid with our group stand up and test it. And then it turned into a whole social event. We're showing the footage to everybody on the beach and they just think it's the coolest thing and we're learning stuff and it was just so much fun.
It was like social media event before social media.
Right.
Like we were making friends, people we didn't even know.
Right.
Because we were sharing content, but all not on the internet.
No, yeah, on my phone. Because we showed my phone to my friend and she's like, oh my gosh. And then so my phone is being passed along. I'm like, who has my phone? I don't know where my phone went. That guy down there has it. I'm like, okay, hang on, everybody. I am going to post this on Facebook. It's coming.
So check out either one of our Facebook pages or the Land Academy Facebook page, and it's on there. You can really, literally, if you're looking at it, looking at Facebook on your phone, you can scroll through the picture literally and see a 360 degree everything. You see the
sunset,
360 degrees. Yeah,
you can see the band. You can see. My joke is,
I'm
where's
amazed.
Waldo? It's like you can see us.
Well, there's 12,000 people there. You could really, it's amazing.
Yeah, it was really fun. So we were kind of right in the middle of it too.
A lot of times you just buy a bunch of stuff because you just buy it, electronics, and it sits in a box. This didn't. We broke this one out quick.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to go play with that some more.
Me too.
So
that was
funny.
interesting. That's a good choice.
Thank you.
There's a mod. You could sit there and stare at the picture that we ended up with that's on Facebook now. You could sit there and stare at it. There's 12,000 people there.
Mm-hmm.
There's 12,000 little situations going on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get into it, it's like, you spend some time looking at that picture. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, and like you said that night, all the little stories, you can kind of look at these people and just imagine, what are they talking about? What's their story? And look at these kids, and she's doing a cartwheel right now.
Yeah.
And it's just the cutest thing. So
this show really is about real estate.
Oh, yes. I kind of forgot.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on successplant.com, our free online community.
Okay. Jason says, I can't seem to get the two documents to talk to each other in my mail merge. A little help, please. Jack,
Jason,
that's you.
I spend in our program a whole chapter on mail merges, and there's a bunch of videos in YouTube from experts about how to do mail merges. I would suggest you look there too. There's actually one that I've done on YouTube also, on our YouTube channel, landacademy.com. But for the rest of you, here's the good news. We are very soon going to launch our own printing company in conjunction with a back-end printer in Scottsdale that is a personal friend, and we will start doing the mail merge for you. So don't throw it in the closet and wait till then. You really need to learn how to do this in the concepts anyway. So here's the secret. A mail merge creates a ton of documents that look like you're selling through a database. It looks like you're sending a note, whether it's an email or a letter, to that specific person. So you could write, if you write 1,000 offers to someone, there are obviously to people, property owners. There's obviously 1,000 different property owners and 1,000 different prices based on the stats. You want it to look like each person's receiving it, like you're sending a love letter to 10 girls.
I was just going to ask that. Jack, did you ever finish that?
No, it's just, yes, I did finish it.
Did you ever post it though?
No.
All right. Will you please back up and tell this? This is so good.
Yeah. I mean, so here, how to do a mail merge 101. And if you wanted to write a love letter to 10 girls.
Jack was really doing a YouTube video to post up this exact example
of each of those girls to know that you're writing it. They're all going to find out anyway, but that's not the point of the story.
The same letter to just 10 girls.
And you want one to go to Stacy and Janet and everything. You don't want it to just be to whom it may concern. You don't want to do that. You want to say, dear Stacy, you're the only girl for me.
Does Stacy and Jill get a letter? I have a lot of questions there.
Jill, there's a girl inside Jill named Stacy.
We haven't seen. Stacy was out on Friday night.
Certain situations.
Stacy was at the whiskey Friday night.
I adore Stacy, by the way.
Stacy's a lot of fun. Stacy does not want to go home.
Stacy has no inhibitions and just,
sure,
she might as well be throwing money around, like literally. Yeah, exactly.
Sure, okay. That seems like a good idea.
Right. So anyway, that's the gist of a mail merge. Is you can take a database full of 1,000 people or 10 girls or whatever, and at the end of it, it's it looks like you're just sending it to them, and so what I teach that's how we send out offers, and it involves taking an Excel spreadsheet of data, ownership data, and merging it into a template, a Microsoft Word template. They're made for each other, and when you're done, you have a huge Microsoft Word document that you convert to a PDF. It's very, very simple. And then send the letters out, send the offers out. So, or send it in our case, members' case, just send it to the printer. Mm-hmm. And pretty soon we're just going to do all of it for you. But you have to start in Microsoft Word, and I think this is the gist of the question, and link the document. Literally, you have to click on, in Microsoft Word, there's a data section on the right side, and you click on data and start a mail merge. And then from there, It's going to ask you which field you want, and every column in Excel is a field. So it's again, there's a ton of videos out there on YouTube, and they make it real simple from professional people that do this all the time.
Exactly.
I think that answers it. Does it answer it?
Yeah, that's without sitting here and doing a screenshot. I mean, that's the next thing would be we'd show you, but that's what Jack's saying. There are screenshots out there.
If you're a homeowner, I'm pretty confident you've received a postcard in the mail that says, for current resident, we're real interested in buying your house. And you threw it away. And that is exactly how not to be a real estate investor. And it's also the most prominent, prevalent way that you hear about in bigger pockets and everywhere. Send a lot of postcards out. The printing company that we've started doesn't even do postcards. That's how ineffective and silly it is. And what happens is somebody's going to call you back. Yeah, you know what? I do want to sell my house. Thanks. You called. It's perfect time. I want $380,000. And then now you talk back and forth 14 times, and you end up not buying it because you only wanted to buy it for $100,000.
Exactly.
And so that's what anyway. If you listen to the show at all, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, I wanted to say one add a little point. Thank you, Jason, for thinking bigger. I see people handwriting 10 letters a week, and that's going to take you. Do you want to get one deal this year? Then maybe 10 letters a week.
Last Friday, the name of our show was How to Make 10,000 Offers in an Hour. I mean, think about that for a second. That's what we all do here. You think that if you make 10,000 rock bottom lowball offers to hand selected, by the way, not just to throw some stuff at the wall and let's see what comes out. Do you think someone's going to sign it and send it back? I think so.
Exactly.
Are you going to make more than it costs to do the mailer on the deal that you flip? I think so.
Probably. That's yes.
It literally takes the same amount of time to write one offer as 10,000.
Exactly.
Literally.
I know.
So if you haven't listened to the show on Friday, go back and listen to it.
Thank you, Jack.
Motivation Week, Jill. I love it. Get past that first deal. This is the third of a series of 5 shows that we're doing about staying motivated. It's just as important to stay motivated as it is to learn about how to do deals. There's lots of stuff in your life that can get in the way. So, and one of the things that I see very, very often from our members is they've done everything right. Well, just like Jason, he sends the letters out, he's getting a response, but man, it's like, I just got to get past that first deal. So what can we say to somebody who's right in Jason's spot, that you got the mail merge out, the whole thing, the offers out, people are responding, maybe sign, send back, and I don't know if I'm doing it right.
You just got to do it.
That's what I think, Jill.
You really do.
And go into it expecting that it's going to fail.
It doesn't matter whatever your career is. You were new there sometime too.
Right.
I mean, you
think about having kids.
Yeah. Oh.
Wait, I mean, what if
that's not my favorite example.
No one's ever prepared. There's no perfect time to have a kid. No one's ever prepared for what really happens. But once you start down the path, you can't undo it. So maybe we should do like a real estate deal like that. You have to do the deal.
Well,
here's
pregnant
your due
now.
date. No, here's your due date.
You're pregnant. There's no turning back.
Your REI due date is
X. What the heck?
And instead of 9 months, it's like 1 month. No, like 3 weeks.
I think you're going to freak everybody out. That is not a good example, Jack. Oh, my goodness.
And you have to do the deal.
How about, okay, we got to, maybe it's finals or something, or I don't know. You just got to do it. And you got to do it. And here's my thing. If you go into it, and this is where I sound like you, Jack, you have different expectations of things than I do. And my expectations are usually pretty, it's going to be all beautiful and great and think the best. Crossing
the Mexican border recently comes to mind.
And was I right?
Yeah, you were right. And we're not in prison.
So,
you know what?
That's all we're going to say.
Tune in tomorrow where Jill and I discuss the Mexican border.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll get there in a minute. Yeah, we'll get to that. So
why we should be in Mexican federal prison right now.
No, you're so silly. Oh, Jack.
We're going to do a show from federal prison in Mexico.
Oh, Jack. You know what? That is for tomorrow. We will talk about that tomorrow. Okay. All right. So getting past that first deal and just doing it. That's step 3. You just really got to get out there. Expect that you're going to make some mistakes. Be ready for it and be prepared and be motivated. So you're just going to power through. Something might go wrong. You might get all the way through to the very, very end and the deed's wrong. You send it to the recorder wrong. I mean, there's a lot of little steps, and that's why we're here. And that's why you visualize your goal. You want to get there. That's why you got all this education, so you know where to go back and look at your notes and your information, and just take that step.
Yep.
Pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone.
Some of our
That's
members
great advice, Joe.
are afraid to answer the phone.
Pick up the phone. I love it.
Mm-hmm. They have sent out offers. The phone is ringing, and they're afraid to even answer the phone. It has nothing to do with money or anything like that. They're just like, shucks, not gonna answer the phone and talk to these people. They won't, you just have to do it. Force yourself. After 10 phone calls, you got this. You're gonna go, oh, I actually do know what I'm talking about. Oh, all right.
Or they're not as smart as they.
Right.
You know more than any seller.
It's true.
I'm telling you right now. Just by the fact that you're an REI, you're an investor, and you want to do this, and you're interested in it, you know way more than homeowner X or landowner Y.
After 10 phone calls, you have talked to 10 sellers. They have only talked to one buyer, and that was you. They're nervous too, going, I don't know how this is going to go. I got this letter. I want to make sure is this for real? I mean, that's half the time why they're calling anyway.
I'll tell you what they're really thinking is, man, I hope this person can just get this thing out of my life.
I hope it is real.
I hope they can just send me a check and I can just check this off my life list because I'm never going to use this piece of land that I inherited or I bought 20 years ago that I thought I was going to use, or just, I'm over it.
I didn't know what I was going to do with this. I was trying to figure out, am I going to list it?
That's why they're calling you.
Gosh, what? Oh my! Like, the heavens opened up, and they're all excited that you sent them a letter. So they're excited to talk to you. They're calling you, so answer the phone.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of new people and a lot of seasoned people, they still just don't believe that they want to check it off the list. Every once in a while, someone will call and they want to negotiate and get their price, but not very often. They just want it out.
One other important point, the more confident you sound, you don't have to be knowledgeable. You can say, I don't know. I'll check and make sure I can have the notary that day. I know I said Sunday, but let me make sure I can line up a notary on Sunday or whatever it is. It's okay to say, I'm going to have to get back to you on that, but just have confidence. And that makes everyone feel good. And you're believable and trustworthy.
I mean, you're going to have to call them back anyway because you do have to call. You have to line up a notary and go get a cashier's check and all that stuff, as we all teach throughout our program. So, yeah. And
what if your first deal, it was a 5 back and forth phone call scenario, and Jack always says I do it in 1 or 2 phone calls. So what? It took you 5 phone calls to get it right. And I forgot to ask the guy's address. Okay, I got to call him back. That's okay. The next time you're going to get better and better and better. And that's part of just doing it.
On these phones, the way these phones are these days, you can record. There's apps that are free. Some of them cost a couple bucks. And listen to yourself,
That's not a bad idea. Even just have a recorder in the room if you want to hear yourself.
Listen to yourself.
And say, and then make some changes.
I dropped the ball there, or man, I just knocked it out of the park there. If the more times you do that,
advice.
The more times you do that, it will be perfect at some point, and probably a lot sooner than you think.
That's really good advice. And then when you hear those, when you have those sellers, you're like, that was so easy. What was it? I'm going to do that again.
Just if you go on Facebook in certain groups, we do this too. Sometimes especially when you have a funny phone call with a seller, you can put that recording on there, and it's just really, really, really hilarious. It's funny to share. We in our programs we share some of Jill's phone calls with county people and all that. And we got a lot of positive feedback from people. Like, man, that really just took the mystery out of calling the assessor or whatever.
Right. It's like you feel like you're calling, the Secretary of State. You feel like you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you're smarter than they are.
Exactly. That's the funniest thing. Oh my goodness.
I'm not saying,
how many times has that happened?
Not just county people. You're just smarter. This is Motivation Week. Trust me. You are smarter than all the sellers you're going to talk to and all the county people and all of it.
This is your business. This is not their business.
Right.
You've got this. Hey, I want to add one thing real quick before we wrap this up, because today's the day.
If you want to be on our show, call 800-725-8816.
Now can I share?
Yeah, go.
Okay, good. So today's the day. The show is probably being released like an hour or so before this is about to happen. So today, right now, August 31st, Wednesday, at 5 o'clock Pacific time. If you can get on a computer, you might be on your phone right now listening, get on a computer and go to one of our Facebook pages, and you'll find the event and login information to jump in on a live webinar that Jack and I are doing for 30 minutes to answer everybody's questions, anything you want to ask us about what we do, something you heard on the show, anything motivation week, dream it up. Have your question ready, because if you get in, we had to cap it at 100. So 100 people are going to be able to log in and be on the webinar and type in questions in a forum for Jack and I to answer live. So that's the cap there. /however. I realize now the way this is going, I didn't think it was going to be
There's a lot of
big.
interest.
So it's going to be a Facebook Live event too. So if you want to just be able to listen and hear everything and watch, go be at 5 o'clock Pacific time today, Facebook Live. Friend me, Jill DeWit, because it's broadcast from my Facebook page, and I will absolutely accept everybody, my friends here, for what we're doing, and you can watch it there. Does your Facebook page have login instructions for the actual 100 people webinar? Okay. It's going to be in there all the time. I'm going to be doing constant daily posts, so you'll see it.
All right, great.
Mm-hmm. Good question. Thank you, Jack.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
and inspiration, that's my part,
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition. Good show, Jill. I think this motivation thing's working out okay.
It's such an important topic.
I need it. Even at this point, I need to be motivated about certain stuff. Not buying and selling land anymore so much. Not Land Academy stuff, but other stuff like video production or whatever.
Shows that we're working on.
I need a source of motivation.
Mm-hmm. Books that we're working on.
Everybody does.
Next step stuff that we're working on. So this is something we should probably do it. I think, Jack, we should revisit this every couple months.
Yeah.
Because like you just said,
we'll see how the numbers come out, but yeah. I mean, it's like, it's no
Unless
matter what we do,
listens.
It's like, there's always some people that say, man, you guys didn't talk about real estate anymore. And then there's some people that say, man, you're talking about real estate a lot.
Yeah.
Always.
It's all part of it.
It makes me want to, the satirist in me makes me want to just do a show about motorcycles or something. It's like, all right, you know what? I don't need to do this. This whole real estate thing is all set for us.
So today I'm going to talk about the, that's funny. You know what? Like the guy I saw, by the way, at breakfast today, people were asking you about your motorcycle.
Yeah. I have a silly little motorcycle. I call it a sleeper. It's a 500cc Piaggio, which is the company that makes Vespas, So it's really kind of like it looks a little bit like a Vespa, but like a serious one. They're very popular in Europe because it's a form of transportation.
And it could go 80.
Oh, no.
Or
like
more.
120.
Right.
It's 500 cc's.
Okay.
Super bikes are 600.
Okay.
So he knew it. This guy knew.
That was funny. Yeah, he was obviously like waiting for you to come out. That was hilarious.
He had some serious questions. Yeah. Like, how can that be 500 cc's? It's cool. I am releasing on our YouTube channel a moto vlog about me going 180 all around Los Angeles.
I want to talk about that more, and I think we will on a day coming up here soon.
That's good.
Yeah.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property. We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show. We are the experts at acquiring property
of all kinds, not just land,
for half price, just so we can flip it for way more and
really fast. Thanks for listening.
Let's go buy some property. If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
Landacademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.